Assalamu alaikum students, how are you all? I hope you all are fine and doing great. My dear students, this is your science class. Students, as you all know that the chapter we are studying in science is lesson number 12. Yes, we are studying about lesson number 12 and our topic is the earth and its neighbors. Isn't it? We are learning about this chapter. Students, today our subtopic is the living planet, that is the earth. Today we are going to learn about the earth. Okay? Today we are going to learn about earth. Students, as I already told you in the previous video that earth is the only planet where life is possible. Isn't it? We have 8 planets in our solar system and among all the 8 planets, earth is the only known planet where life exists. And earth is surrounded by a layer of air. Are you getting me? Earth is surrounded by a layer of air called atmosphere. So atmosphere is a layer of air. It is just like a blanket of air and it surrounds the earth. Are you getting me? Atmosphere is a layer of air. It is just like a blanket of air that surrounds the earth. Students, atmosphere contains various gases. Atmosphere contains oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, water vapor and some other gases. Are you getting me? So this atmosphere, it contains oxygen, carbon dioxide, nitrogen, water vapor and some other gases. And oxygen is needed by the living organisms to survive. Living organisms, human beings and animals, they breathe in oxygen and they require this oxygen for surviving on the earth, whereas carbon dioxide is utilized by the plants for doing photosynthesis. So these important gases, they are present in the atmosphere. Are you getting me? Very good. Students, 3/4 of the earth is covered with water. Yes, 3/4 of the earth is covered with water and only 1/4 of the earth is covered by land. This means that the 70% of the earth's surface is covered with water, isn't it? 70% of the earth's surface is covered with water and only 30% is covered by land. Are you getting me? 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water and 1/4 by land. Are you getting me? Very good. Students, now we will learn about layers of the earth. Students, the 3 layers of the earth are crust, mantle and core. Yes, the 3 layers of the earth are crust, mantle and core. Now let's first learn about crust. Crust is the outermost layer of the earth. Yes, crust is the outermost layer of the earth. The outermost layer of the earth is known as crust and it is the layer where we live, isn't it? It is the outermost layer of the earth and it is the layer where we live. And water and land are present on this layer. Which layer? Crust. Crust is the outermost layer of the earth and it is that layer where we live. So this means that water and land are also present in this layer, isn't it? Yes. Now the second layer of the earth is mantle. Mantle is the layer that is present between crust and core. It is the middle layer of the earth and it is the layer present between crust and core. This layer, mantle, it is made up of molten rocks. Yes, this mantle layer of the earth is made up of melted rocks. Are you getting me? The mantle layer is present below the crust and it is a layer of molten rocks. Are you getting me? Very good. Now let's talk about core. Core is the innermost layer of the earth. The innermost layer of the earth is known as core and it is the hottest layer of the earth. Are you getting me? Core is the hottest layer of the earth and it is made up of hot molten metals. Are you getting me? Core is the innermost layer of the earth and it is made up of hot melted metals, molten metals, and it is the hottest layer of the earth. So the 3 layers of the earth are crust, mantle and core. Crust is the outermost layer and it is the layer where we live. And mantle is the second layer present below the crust, and it is made up of molten rocks. And third layer is core. Core is the innermost layer of the earth, and it is the hottest layer made up of molten metals. Are you getting me? My dear students, now we are going to learn about movements of the earth. Yes, we are going to learn about movements of the earth. Students, our earth shows two types of movements. Yes, our earth shows two types of movements. Number one is rotation and number two is revolution. So the earth shows two types of movements, rotation and revolution. We have to discuss about both of them in detail. So let's first learn about rotation. Students, rotation is the spinning movement of the earth around its axis. Yes, it is the spinning movement of the earth around its axis, and it takes 24 hours for the earth to complete one rotation. Yes, how many hours does it take for the earth to complete one rotation? It takes 24 hours for the earth to complete one rotation, and the rotation of the earth causes day and night. Day and night are caused because of the rotation of the earth. And what is rotation? Rotation is the spinning movement of the earth around its axis. Students, do you know what is axis? Come on, can you tell me what is axis? My dear students, axis is the imaginary line that passes through the center of the earth. Yes, it is an imaginary line which passes through the center of the earth, and the axis of the earth is slightly tilted. It is a little bit tilted, slightly tilted. And the 2 points where the axis seems to enter the earth are called as poles. So the 2 points where the axis seems to be entering the earth, those 2 points are known as poles. The northern point is known as North Pole and the southern point is known as South Pole. Are you getting me? So the 2 points where the axis seems to enter the earth, those 2 points are known as poles. The northern point is called North Pole and the southern point is called as South Pole. Are you getting me? Very good. My dear students, if you pierce a knitting needle through the center of an orange, are you getting me? If you pierce a knitting needle through the center of the orange, and after that, if you keep this needle still, and turn the orange about the needle. You just keep this knitting needle still and turn the orange about this needle. What will you see? You will see that this orange, it moves around this needle. Just as the orange turns about the needle, in the same way, our earth also turns about its axis. Just like the orange turns about this knitting needle, our earth also, similarly our earth also, it turns about its axis. Our earth also spins around its axis in the similar way. So this axis is the imaginary line that passes through the center of the earth, and our earth, it moves around this axis, and the spinning movement of the earth around its axis is known as rotation, and rotation of the earth, it causes day and night. Are you getting me? Very good. My dear students, apart from axis, there is another imaginary line that passes through the earth. Do you know what is this imaginary line called? Okay, let me tell you, this imaginary line is known as equator. Yes, it is known as equator. So equator, what is equator? Equator is an imaginary line that divides the earth into two equal halves. Yes. Equator is also an imaginary line, just like the axis, but equator, it divides the earth into two equal halves. Are you getting me? The northern half and the southern half. Equator divides the earth into two equal halves, and equator is an imaginary line. So the two equal halves are the northern half and the southern half. The northern half is known as northern hemisphere and the southern half is known as southern hemisphere. Are you getting me? Very good. So these are the imaginary lines that pass through our earth. Students, as the earth rotates on its axis at any given time. Half of it faces the sun and half does not face the sun, isn't it? When the earth rotates on its axis, at any given time, half of the earth is facing the sun and half of the earth is not facing the sun. So the portion of the earth that is facing the sun, it gets sunlight, isn't it? The portion that is facing the sun, it gets sunlight. So the regions that fall in that portion, they have day there, isn't it? The other half of the earth which is away from the sun, it remains dark and has night. So the regions that fall in this portion which is not receiving the sunlight, which is away from the sun, those regions have night there. Are you getting me? Those regions have night there. For example, when it is day in India, it is night in the United States of America, isn't it? Why so? Because both of these countries, India and the United States of America, they are situated on almost opposite sides of the earth. India and USA, they are situated on the opposite sides of the earth, which means that one country has day and another country has night. One country is facing the sun, so it has day, and the other country is not facing the sun, so it has night. When earth rotates around its axis, day and night are caused. Are you getting me? Very good. My dear students, this was all for today. I hope you understood today's topic. I will see you next time, inshallah. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.